global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. Indeed, politics is a game of permanent interest. No permanent enemy, no permanent friend, just permanent interest. It looks like we are having something similar to that already taking place in Imo State. With the way things are raging, insecurity raging on, one would have expected that by now, the political families of both Okorocha and Hope Uzodinma would have been raised down. Well, unless we're seeing a different tone right now. Before we go into the news proper, like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly go straight into the news. Well, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma says he has apologized to his predecessor, Okorocha, to forgive him for any wrong he may have done to him. Mr. Uzodinma disclosed this in an interview with Channels TV as at Monday, explaining that he had extended an olive branch to all aggrieved stakeholders in the state. When asked if Mr. Okorocha was among the stakeholders he reached out to, the incumbent governor said he's begged his predecessor for forgiveness. Okorocha is my brother. I quote him now. He said, Okorocha is my brother. He's occupying the seat I left in the Senate. I have nothing personal against him, Mr. Uzodinma said. All I am asking is, even if I have done anything that does not go down well with him or anybody, forgive and forget. Let us come together to work for our people. In January, after his son-in-law, Uche Nwosu, was arrested by security men, Mr. Okorocha had accused Mr. Uzodinma of being behind the killings by UGM unknown gunmen in the state. It appears to me as though the misery behind UGM has been unveiled by recent happenings. And what is UGM? Unknown gunmen now are a set of policemen from government house. Okay, I take that again. Unknown gunmen now are a set of policemen from government house who, without consent of the Commissioner of Police, Federal Police, or even DIGs, Mr. Okorocha has said, my God, that's a strong one. Well, reacting to Mr. Okorocha's claim, Oguwike Nwachukwu, Chief Press Secretary to Mr. Uzodinma, shifted the allegation back to Mr. Okorocha and Nwosu, saying, he said, Okorocha and Nwosu have been specifically mentioned by suspects who are in the custody of security agents as being sponsors of kidnapping and banditry in Imo State, using their relationship with former ex-militants to perpetuate these crimes. Having now seen that this issue of insecurity is actually politically induced, and in all of this, you see them, they open their mouth and be shouting, Ipob is scant, Ipob is CGM. See now, in the bid of trying to outwit or outnumber or outpower themselves, the people are suffering. Look at what Okorocha is saying, that the unknown government have been unveiled to be police officers or men in uniform, security men in uniform, who take orders from the government house, Imo State government house, without taking consent, without receiving consent from either the DIG or even the Commissioner of Police or even the IGP. And now, even the media person to Uzodinma turned the allegation reversed it back and said, actually, the miscreant, the court, suspect, the court that is in security custody, insisted and indicted them, saying that it is both Okorocha and Nwosu that are both the sponsors, that are the ones sponsoring them to cause mayhem. In all, this one will point accusing finger at this one will point accusing finger at this one. At the end of the day, the people suffer. You keep hearing things that they have stolen a vehicle. You keep hearing so many things going on so badly. Now, obviously, look, if you allow another person to make your reign terrible, the Imolite will not forget the reign of Uzodinma. Not because of anything, but because there was so much high level of insecurity. Were there people before him? Yes. But the level of insecurity this high? No. Nobody will come and invest in a state where there's so much insecurity. The people of Imo are suffering. If he's not calling out this person is coming out, that's the same, Okorocha who asked that they should ask Uzodinma who killed Golak. It was such a strong statement he was making. Now, barely 3 months afterwards, now Uzodinma, who was ready to pull down the dynasty of Rojas Okorocha, is now saying, please, if I've forgiven you, Rojas, you're my brother. You're my elder brother. Please forgive and forget. And as many whom I have offended, let's come together. Look, these were the first words that should have been said at the beginning of the entrance into your seat, and not using muscles and powers and military might. There's a limit to what it can take. When you carry your last option as your first alternative, what are you saying? And then when that you've exhausted that option, you're done for. One would have said, you're not a foreigner. You're a son of the soil. When things like this happen, call every stakeholders meeting. Let's find out what is going on. Now, you can imagine quite a lot of people have gone down the drain in this process of power tussle. But then, whose reign is getting destroyed? It's Roger's reign. It's Hope Uzodinma's reign. Not Roger. Roger is the senator. His seat is actually where his office is. But though he's actually supposed to be looking at his constituency. But we all know how Nigerian government loses, how Nigerian politics works. Sometimes it's the seat where you sit and other things follow. And the people themselves that elected you don't even feel your impact. Unfortunately, that's what we are in this country. Now, all the people who have died along the power tussle are all gone. UGM was arbitrarily created. Created for what? I have no idea. Quite a whole lot of people were called out. A lot of people called out IPOB. They insisted that because of the seat at home, they are the one. And you keep hearing things like Ima Powerful insisting that it is not them. They're not the one enforcing it. They are not the one. They keep insisting. Anything that happens to IPOB, simply because IPOB had actually insisted or said they wanted their own Biafra. They wanted their own state. They want their own country. It doesn't mean that all the insecurity going on may likely be them having our sin. That as event unfold, I just always know one thing in life: time will always expose everything that is hidden. Just be patient enough. Be working hard, but be patient. Everything will unveil itself with time. And look at now, Okorocha, and although Okorocha have not responded to that yet, so after going through what he went through in the hands of Governor Hope Uzodinma, I think he'll be a bit more wary with his dealings. Maybe now that Okorocha is now ready for showdown, trying to unleash and unveil every secret he has in his cupboard. I guess everything is now trying to come. Let's settle this thing like brothers. But then souls have been lost in the process. Now it's a lesson learned to all those who follow politicians with hook, line, and sinker. They can amend in no time. They can mend their ways in no time. Then where will you now be left? They only have permanent interest. They don't have permanent friend. They have permanent enemy. That's not going to wrap it up. Let's put it up.